Hello, I'm Pickle Bites, and this is my Forever World. I wanted to make this video to document the world because it changes really fast and maybe also to show it off a little bit. I am not a YouTuber, so please excuse my poor sound quality, lag, and obvious lack of editing skills. This is a creative copy of my world. I started this world in 2019, only a year after I started playing Minecraft. I play Bedrock on PC because I like to use a controller, but also have a keyboard. I play this file totally in the vanilla game, except for my skin, which is part of a Friday the 13th skin pack I bought. I'm playing with vibrant visuals off because my computer cannot handle it. This is mostly a solo world. I've had a few people join, but only one actually contributed to any builds. I play hard mode, not hardcore. I would literally cry if I lost this world. I started this world in normal difficulty, but later changed it to hard. I cheat in this world two different ways. One is by making copies to search out things that I might find that are far, far away. And the other way is a program called Amulet, which will reset chunks that I have already explored. My first attempt at doing this was an hour and a half long, so I am breaking this up into chunks. Okay, I am back, and I just want to say before I get started that this recording and editing thing is not easy. This is like the fourth time I've tried to do this one, and one time I wasn't even recording, and other times I have it's not easy. I just say that it's not easy, and also I am even more stuffy in this video than I was in the last one, so please forgive me. Um, So the beginning of this is where a lot of my farms were, and some of them still are. There used to be a bee farm here, um, and then a lot of times I say farm, and it's just a habitat, and I go and collect the items. It's not like an automated farm or anything. Some of them are, but most of them aren't. Um, so I'm not keeping the pig farm. I have no need for it. I just built it to have an extra farm. I just really like building farms sometimes. Sometimes I hate it and sometimes I love it. And I will be moving my cow farm and I will be moving the chicken farm. And they're just the basic, you know, things. The main reason that I'm keeping the chicken farm is for the eggs. I don't really have a need to kill the chickens anymore. But I do need the eggs to trade with my old villager, Dre, up there. Um, we're going to go in here, and this is my favorite thing in my world. This is my XP farm, and I am going to go into spectator mode to show you how it was done. Okay, so when I first made this farm, uh, it was a cave. It came in and kind of went down, and it had an exposed skeleton spawner. And I built a XP farm around the skeleton spawner, and the whole time I'm building it, I keep hearing zombies. And I was like, oh, there must be a cave down there. So they were getting annoying, and I went to go digging around to find them so that I could just light it up. And I found this, which is a zombie spawner right next to my skeleton spawner. So I have made it so that they both fall into the same place and they come down, and then once they're in here, half of them are submerged in water and half of them aren't. So I get zombies, drowned, and skeletons. That is why this is so cool, because it isn't really something that I can just it isn't really something that I went and found a tutorial for and just built. Like, I actually had to figure out the mechanics of it myself and go through it and figure out how exactly to do it. And after oh so very much trial and error, I figured out that this is the best place to AFK, and the door is there because I do have a slime problem down here, and sometimes they come up the elevator. Um, but you come down here, you fight the zombies, or kill them. You come down here and murder, and then you come down into here, and everything drops into the chest, and all of these are smelted, well, disenchanted first. And then the bows from the skeletons are used as fuel in the furnace. All of the armor that's not enchanted like this gets thrown into here. Apparently I am out of bows, so nothing is smelting, but no worries. I usually have too many, so it's okay. I don't need the ores right now, and when I get the bows, they'll get smelted. Uh, uh, oh, I put actual ore in there. Okay, well, that would be why. And these are usually most of the drops. I don't have the gold in here right now for some reason. I usually have a place for gold, but I must have been taking it with me for a reason. I even have a thing for the slime balls from the slimes that spawn around. Um, and so, yeah, the place is completely self-sufficient. You have the fuel comes from it. You get food from it. I even usually smelt the potatoes for extra XP because I get XP from the furnace as well. So, um, I think that this mob spawner is the coolest thing in my world for sure, and it's the thing that I'm most proud of that I made. It's one of my earliest things that I did like that, and it's still my favorite. Okay, so next, oh, I'm going the wrong way. So we're gonna run past the old sheep shearing farm, and this is a this was an axolotl pond. There are a lot of things that have just walked into it because the fence is up against the block over here. So pigs and everything. I have one axolotl left, and when I said that I had a lot of things despawn in my world, um, in my head I always refer to it as Mobageddon because I lost so much stuff. Um, so Axolotl is the only one to survive Mobageddon, and I don't, it wasn't an official bug. I don't know what happened. It's just for a period of time. I had a very fast horse named Scarlet, and she despawned, and I don't know exactly what happened, but I had a lot of things that despawned during a specific period, and then it updated, and that it didn't anymore. This was the bunny hutch, which I'm not sure why there are cows in here now, but okay. Um, I only really made this because when they first announced that we were going to have bundles, originally it was from rabbit hide. It wasn't from leather when they originally announced it. And then they canceled it, and then it came back. But uh, when they originally announced it, it was the bunny hide, and so I was like, I'm gonna need bunnies because I want bundles. So I went and collected a bunch of bunnies and made a bunny hutch, and then they changed it. So absolutely no need for the bunny hutch, but they're cute, and I may build a bunny habitat down there later. This is the Piggersons. This is little baby D, and this is Swamp Donkey, and oh, there's Peggy. Peggy's in the backyard. This is their house. I built them a house, and they came through my nether portal and just were wandering around. So I brought them here and gave them a house, and they've been my neighbors for a million years. And now I can never turn my world into peaceful because I believe these guys despawn in the overworld when you do that. So um, I'll never be able to turn my world into peaceful. Um, this is just a fish pond. This just has a bunch of tropical fish, or a few. tropical fish. There were a lot more than this. I guess they despawn. Um, Pandas and parrots, even though the jungle is right there. But that's why I ended up with so many pandas. I don't have every panda variant, but that's one of the things that I am working on is getting all the different panda variants. So I'll get there eventually. Um, and so this is what I have been calling in my head Farm Road, which is where I'm moving all the farms. So my idea is that you have this road that extends all the way down a very long way. And I can put all my farms and then use the farms as storage as well. So then this whole road will be laggy, but it will get rid of the lag everywhere else in my world. And when I need things, I can just come here and gather supplies. Uh, so I'm going to go down this side and then back up that side, I think is probably going to be the best way. This is how I do trees. Trees wash into the saplings, the wood, everything sticks, wash into the hoppers. There's a collection chest over there, and I could just collect them. Okay, baby zombie's swimming. That's cute. Um, I don't remember how I came up with this idea to do trees, but I like it, and that's what I do. Um, this is probably my third favorite thing in my room. In my room. In my world. This is my amethyst farm. And so right now we are on okay, so this was deep slate. I mean, this was bedrock before deep slate and the update that extended uh, the world down, and so everything below here got a reset. And even though my world's been here since 2019, once everything reset underneath that bedrock, I got this amethyst cluster like right here. And then there was another one close by, right here. And then yet another one. Uh, this one and this one were the first two. And I was cheating, trying to do something else, and I was in spectator mode, and I was looking underground, and I found that one. And so I like extended it out to include that one as well. I think I've mentioned that I make copies and go into spectator mode to find things. And then this is just storage. The original idea that I wanted to do was to create like a geode around this, but this is as far as I got. I got there and I was like, good enough. Um, this is my bee farm. They're just that kind of there. There's nothing exciting about it. This is an automatic bamboo farm, which I had one of the small ones, the little square, and it just has one level or whatever. And I wasn't even going to keep that because I was like, I don't need. Once you have scaffolding, and there's a bamboo forest like that way. But then they came out with the bamboo wood, and after that update, I was like, I want bamboo wood. So I made this, and I'm keeping it. This is the remnants of my automatic sheep shearing farm. And the way that this worked is you had the sheep in there, and it would shear the sheep. This was the actual sheep shearing part is not by design, obviously. It's been around forever, but my part down here is my design. So it would shear them from up there and it would travel all the way down. And so then it would come here and then come down into these and collect here. And so then these were like empty. And then I would put the dyes and the carpets and the beds. And that was the idea of it. But yeah, not keeping it. I've got a manual sheep farm over there, which I like a lot better. And this is my XP farm number two, but this one isn't. This one's cool for a different reason. I mean, I figured out if it's farm road, make an XP farm on it. I had a mob spawner, so I was like, sure, why not? But I decided to do this one a little bit different and maybe kind of cool. And so I made it completely out of tinted glass where you can see everything happening on the inside. And uh, I understand this is an excessive amount of mossy cobblestone. I think I was trying to recreate the room unsuccessfully. And then down here is just the same kind of storage. And I obviously don't get the bows, so I have coal down there. But um, that's really all there is to it. But I wanted to do something a little bit different with that one. But that way, when I'm over here working and I really just need to heal an axe or heal my elytra, and the mob spawner's like all the way over there, I was like, I have one here. I might as well just do it. And then decided to make it cool. Um, I kind of really wanted to have like every kind of farm through here originally, and I don't know if I still want to do that, but this was going to be a phantom membrane farm where you put the cobwebs up at the top and they fly into it, and then you just kill them with your swords and collect the membranes. But I'm not sure if I still want, I don't know that I need, I don't know, maybe. It's there. Might as well finish it, I guess. And this is melons and pumpkins. Obviously isn't finished. There's a couple of layers done, but that's pretty much it. And I'll say I use a lot of pumpkins for lighting. Because if you put the torches down, I use torches above, but I don't use torches below because then you have the smoke coming through them. This is my library, and I realize this is an excessive amount. This is probably an illegal amount of oak, but I'm never going to run out of room for my books, and I've got a cool enchanting area down here, and this is what I figure the inside of a bookshelf would look like. So that's what I did. Um, this is gonna be a horse stable. It got complicated and I gave up. Um, that is unfinished. And this is my ocean monument that has been built to scale. And my happy gas. This is Persephone. And this is Matthew. Because when you're in the nether and you hear the gas, that's what it sounds like, they say. Matthew. So anyway, that's what his name is. And so this is my ocean monument. It's completely empty on the inside, but it's there. And this is my potion room. And some nether wart and infinite water source down there. And this building is going to be for terracotta and clay. Terracotta and clay. See? and oh, okay. So make clay there, and then the lava is there. I gotta get the cauldrons up here, but the lava is there for the smelting. Um, smelting bricks and making terracotta. And so I really like to make these buildings like this where it's completely self-sufficient. So it's like I want to go enchant a book or enchant some armor. So you go in here and I would have like the anvils and the grindstone for disenchanting and all of the lapis that you need and like everything would already be in there. And so then when you come here to bake terracotta, you have all the dyes and you have all the terracotta and you have the furnace and the fuel and everything that you need. And that's really how I like to make these things work. This is for making mud and mud bricks. And if you come up here, it is not finished. There's not even a roof. There's some gravel over there because this is going to be for concrete. So you're going to have the sand and the gravel and all the dyes. And this is for making the mud bricks. So then you put the dirt in here, you run around with a bottle, then you run around with a shovel and dig up all the mud. But you can also turn concrete powder into concrete here without having to worry about knocking down torches and wheat and flowers. And this is my sniffer farm, and it is very large and very excessive. You, Mrs. Sniffington, Mr. Sniffington. Well, that was loud. And you breed them there, and the eggs pop out here, and you bring the eggs up here, and you set them down, and then they hatch, and they crawl down and join the rest of everybody. This is a creative copy. I'm not actually doing this. And then I have an area over here and more down here to plant and get the flowers. That was ridiculous. Okay. So this is my massive sniffer farm. I have a shulker up here. I had no idea that shulker was here. Okay. I have no idea why there's a shulker full of wool on top of this when I haven't used any wool, but okay. Um, this building right here is for flowers. And yeah, the chickens keep laying eggs, and then I throw them, and then there's more chicken. It's a thing. But yeah, there'll be all the different flowers, and the dyes that you can get from the flowers, and the mushrooms, and just all the plants. It's sort of like a greenhouse storage thing, I guess, but I didn't want to make it out of glass. And it says flower on the side, which I think is very pretty. Um, and this is a frog habitat that I built with this cute little one high mud and mossy cobblestone around it, and then realized they can jump up to 8 blocks. So I panicked and built it up all the way, and it doesn't look too bad when you're in here, but it looks really bad from the outside. So uh, I have to work. I like the inside. I like the way the inside looks. I built the little frog statue, made a little fountain. I love the way they get on the drips, not the dripstone, but on what are these things called? These things, drip leaves. They get on them and fall into the water, and they jump around. It's just they're adorable. Um, but yeah, so I've got all the frogs in here, and I just recently got all the variants. I didn't have the green variant until very recently. And I built there's going to be another portal here so I can drag them into the nether and finally get frog lights. Um, these are the different sheep. My original sheep that I named are still in here. And some of them died, and some of them. Oh, so you have blue balls, you have white zombie. Um, oh, I know, red lobster's still here. Blue velvet's still here. Uh, orange drink, and his name is Tiburon because I used to have a Tiburon that was this color. I know magenta's not there. Purple used to be named Rain, but they're not there anymore. Uh, Black Dahlia. I can never. I always have trouble saying Cien. Anyway, so that's what I named it that. And I planted all of the wheat back here so I could keep breeding the sheep. And it was just a big open wheat farm, so I built these things in it. There's actually water sources underneath them, but I built these things in here as like wool decoration from behind the wool farm, and this is my favorite. I absolutely love this. I made out of wool, and I used the pale oak buttons for the spots on the mushroom, which I thought was very clever. Um, and then that's it for this whole road. Other than this little base that I have right here, it's just kind of like my little home base, and I have the big composter and all the items that I collect and need to be put away somewhere. And if you want to see something extremely excessive before I shut this off, this is one of the areas that I've been working from, and I have a barrel here. It's almost completely full of poppers. uh, so anyway, I just think a barrel full of poppers is funny. Um, that is the farm area explored and where the farms are going, and hopefully I'll be able to update this soon and show where there is a lot more and things are actually finished, like my sheep house will actually be finished, and the top of the bamboo farm will actually be finished, and maybe my geode that I'm not gonna that's not gonna happen. I think it's probably gonna stay like that for the rest of existence. But um, yeah. So anyway, that's this, and I will see you next time. Thanks. Bye.